Hi, ArcfieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday morning, June the 30th, the last day of the month of June. Looks like we have some strong to severe thunderstorm possibilities in the mid-Atlantic region later today, early tonight, and again on Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Really could be setting the stage, however, for a nice 4th of July holiday that comes on Friday of this week. Very nice weather conditions expected on Friday in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, with moderate warmth and low humidity values, all following a couple of frontal systems that'll keep it pretty active over the next couple of days, but set the stage for a nice end of the week and beginning of the holiday weekend. Another area of interest across the nation we'll talk about this morning: excessive heat in the southwestern U.S. Places like Phoenix, Arizona can reach the 115 degree mark later this afternoon and perhaps again on Tuesday. However, the good news out there is that we get some monsoonal moisture that could produce some scattered showers and thunderstorms primarily in that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame, and it actually gets cooler to below normal conditions out in the southwestern states by the end of the week. This is a forecast map for the next 10 days going all the way out to a week from Thursday. This goes out through Thursday, June the 10th, and really much of the nation, other than portions of the west coast area, get decent amount of rainfall over the next several days. This is good news as we head into the month of July beginning on Tuesday, that we're still getting some appreciable rainfall, for example, out across the central and northern plains. A lot of rainfall across Florida. There's a kind of a weak tropical system enhancing the rainfall in the near term. This is over the next couple of days. A lot of rainfall down here, the southeastern part of the nation, specifically Florida, and some decent rainfall. All these purple areas, by the way, 2 inches or more. Again, this is going out over the next 10 days. In the next 48 hours, there can be thunderstorms anywhere in the mid-Atlantic region that can produce some torrential rainfall. These will be kind of slow movers, and there's a tremendous amount of moisture available in the atmosphere throughout the mid-Atlantic region. Again, torrential rainfall with any of these thunderstorms later today, early tonight, and again Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Now, I mentioned the monsoonal moisture. This is kind of a signal here that we're getting some monsoonal moisture. Typically this time of the year you get some inflow of moist air from the Pacific Ocean into the southwestern states. You often think of monsoonal moisture affecting places like India, Bangladesh, and it really refers to a seasonal wind. But we actually have monsoonal effects in the southwestern part of the U.S. Generally July, August, September time frame, but we are getting some monsoonal moisture, in fact, here over the next few days. July 1st begins, is occurring on Tuesday. In this case, winds coming off the eastern Pacific Ocean into the southwestern states, and again, that can produce some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. New Mexico, Arizona, all the way up to Colorado and Utah as well, primarily during the afternoon and evening hours. Now, again, I mentioned up front, Phoenix today could reach 115 degrees, probably closer to 102, 103 degrees by the time we get to the 4th of July, which, believe it or not, is below normal. Normal high right now in Phoenix is about 107, but perhaps the bigger story is the influx of the Pacific moisture bringing some monsoonal rainfall to the southwestern U.S. Now, I talked about the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms later today into tonight across the mid-Atlantic region. That threat really exists all the way out across the Midwest and even into the middle Mississippi Valley region, again with the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms. Later today into tonight, any of these storms in this entire area can produce some downpours, torrential rainfall, and some damaging wind gusts. There's a lot of moisture in the air right now across the eastern half of the nation. Now we go into the day on Tuesday, and there's kind of an increase in the chance of severe weather right along that D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor. This will be associated with an incoming cold frontal system from the northwest to the southeast, and again, there can be some strong to severe thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening in much of the mid-Atlantic region, especially focused, I believe, that threat on or along that I-95 corridor region and points to the east to the coastal regions of New Jersey and the Delmarva Peninsula. Again, that's Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening. Now let's walk through some of the forecast maps using the 0Z run of the GFS. First of all, we're looking here at the vorticity field. These are areas of rotation or spin in the upper part of the atmosphere, generally associated with what we call upper level jet streaks. Those are areas of enhanced winds in the overall jet stream. So you might find higher wind speeds in one particular area surrounded by lower wind speeds, and that generally leads to some spin in the atmosphere, which in turn enhances upward motion down at the surface level. So it's important to find these areas of upward motion. That's where your clouds are and your precipitation. First of all, I wanted to point out here, generally the flow of air goes, well, in this particular case, you have an upper level low sitting right here, so the flow of air will kind of go parallel to these lines here. And this is pushing, this is what we're seeing here, that push of air, moist air from the eastern Pacific Ocean into the southwestern states, and that's your monsoonal moisture flow. Again, this will produce a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the Four Corners states in that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame. Again, I mentioned monsoon really refers to a seasonal wind. In our particular part of the world, that seasonal wind comes from the eastern Pacific Ocean into the southwestern states. Now, let's kind of shift gears here to the eastern part of the nation. You see here there's a little bit of vorticity right here, and that could be enough to set off some afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms in the mid-Atlantic region. The upper level wind flow is relatively weak here, so some of these will be slow movers and a ton of moisture available. So the bottom line is any one of these thunderstorms this afternoon and evening in the mid-Atlantic region could produce some torrential rainfall, potentially leading to flash flooding conditions and even some damaging wind gusts. Now, we'll push forward here, and notice this kind of vigorous area here over the Great Lakes. By early tomorrow, it's moving across the central and eastern Great Lakes, all associated with a surface cold frontal system, and that area of upward motion, enhanced upward motion, moves to the mid-Atlantic region later Tuesday into Tuesday night, and especially concerned near the I-95 corridor region for the possibility of severe thunderstorm activity, and points to the south and east there to the coastal sections of New Jersey and the Delmarva Peninsula. That is a pretty vigorous area of upper level vorticity. Meanwhile, you continue to see this flow of air into the southwestern states, the Four Corners states, around this upper level low right here that's situated right off the west coast of California. So again, an influx of eastern Pacific moisture. Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah can get these afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. By the way, that leads to cooler temperatures as well. Well, let's now push forward here to the midweek, and here we go into the day on Wednesday. You notice up here across the the northeastern part of the nation, an upper level low drops south and east on Thursday into Thursday night into the southeastern part of Canada. There will be a weak frontal system associated with this upper level feature moving south and east. It could produce a few showers in the mid-Atlantic region, maybe even more than just a few showers up across New England, maybe a period of some rain and some thunderstorms, again associated with a cool frontal system that will be dropping to the south and east late Thursday into Thursday night. Now, that particular system then clears the coast by the time we get to Friday. This is the 4th of July holiday, and the weather's really looking spectacular in this part of the nation with lowering humidity behind that weak cool frontal system that crosses the northeastern part of the nation on Thursday night, setting the stage for a very nice 4th of July holiday on Friday. Places like D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, with moderate warmth and moderate humidity levels. Meanwhile, you still have that upper level low sitting off the coast of California by the end of the work week here. This is actually the holiday time on Friday. And again, notice we still have this flow of air pushing into the southwestern states, the Four Corners region, from the eastern Pacific Ocean into the southwestern states. Well, now let's take a look at the 500 millibar height anomaly pattern here, and here is that upper level low being seen here on the 500 millibar height anomaly map here for early today. And again, that flow of air off the eastern Pacific Ocean. And here's that upper level feature with that cold front that pushes into the mid-Atlantic region later Tuesday into Tuesday night. Let's clear the pages here and move forward here. Again, there can be some scattered afternoon and evening strong thunderstorms in the mid-Atlantic region today, and then another chance of strong to severe thunderstorms on Tuesday as a frontal system drives to the south and east across the Great Lakes and then into the mid-Atlantic region, enhancing the chance for strong to severe thunderstorms. D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening. And we'll move forward here in time, and we'll see that next upper level feature kind of rotate around into the southeastern part of Canada by midday on Thursday. Again, there can be some shower activity associated with a frontal system that will be pushing to the south and east late Thursday into Thursday evening. Showers especially over northeastern part of the nation, but even down in the mid-Atlantic region, there can be a couple of scattered showers. Now notice out here, upper level feature moves inland over the Four Corners region, and that will lead to a cool down in temperatures. I said 115 this afternoon in Phoenix, could be more like 102, 103 degrees by the time we get to Friday, which is actually below normal for that part of the nation. Well, let's continue to move forward here into the holiday right here on Friday. And again, spectacular weather looking like for, the mid-Atlantic region, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Lowering humidity behind that frontal system that crosses the area on Thursday night. And that little bit of a ridge here will probably stay in control across the Midwest, northeastern U.S., the Great Lakes region, Friday, Saturday, even on Sunday. By the time we get to Sunday, and we'll go all the way out here to Sunday, it'll start to get pretty hot here with temperatures back to 90 degrees. But I don't see that intense heat of a week ago returning anytime soon to the Mid-Atlantic region. Last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we were flirting with or even exceeded the 100-degree mark in this part of the nation. Don't see that repeating itself anytime soon. Well, let's wrap up with the surface forecast maps from the 0Z run of the GFS. And again, a lot of green here showing up in the eastern half of the nation. And remember, we saw that 10-day forecast map. Decent amount of precipitation across much of the eastern two-thirds of the nation over the next 10 days. Can't complain when you see rainfall totals like that going into the early part of July. It could be a dry period for sure in this time of the year in some parts of the nation. Even the southwestern U.S., the desert southwestern U.S., gets some monsoonal rainfall over the next few days here. But for today, a thermal low sitting right on top of Arizona. Again, 115 degrees this afternoon in Phoenix. And here we go with some rainfall later midday today and then into the evening hours. You notice GFS even putting out some heavier rainfall amounts. That is certainly a possibility in my opinion. Any of these thunderstorms that form later today into tonight can dump a lot of rainfall in a short period of time. A couple of reasons for that. They'll tend to be slow movers, kind of a relatively weak upper level wind flow in the mid-Atlantic region, and tremendous amount of moisture available to tap into in the lower and middle part of the atmosphere. So all that suggests flash flooding concerns for later today into tonight. Then we go into the overnight hours and into the day on Tuesday. And this is when that frontal system, that cold front, a conventional front, we had a backdoor to deal with last week from the northeast to the southwest. This is a conventional cold front moving in basically from west to east later tomorrow night. And here we go. That's the time frame right here, late tomorrow afternoon, early evening, when you could see some strong to severe thunderstorm activity. D.C., Philadelphia, Baltimore, New York City, and I believe all the way to the coastal sections of New Jersey, Delmarva Peninsula by early tomorrow night, all associated with a weak frontal system, again, moving from northwest to southeast. Now, we'll move forward here. At midweek, it does clear out, but then we have that upper level low kind of dropping south and east into southeastern Canada by Thursday midday, Thursday afternoon. Again, there can be decent amount of shower activity up across the northeastern states on Thursday, maybe even a shower or two down across the mid-Atlantic region associated with that weak frontal system. Now that front continues to push to the south and east, and it sets the stage for a very, very nice holiday on Friday, the 4th of July holiday in the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast U.S., the Great Lakes, the Midwest. And chances are that nice weather will continue through the upcoming holiday weekend. Certainly Saturday looks nice, and Sunday I think nice as well for the most part. Maybe gets very warm by Sunday afternoon, and a place like D.C., Philly, New York City will be pushing the 90-degree mark on Sunday. But again, that intense heat that we experienced a week ago, not in the cards anytime soon here. And then we'll go forward through the weekend and into the early part of next week. This is a week from right now. Again, still showing some scattered rainfall throughout much of the eastern two-thirds of the nation, with decent rainfall amounts expected in that part of the nation over the next 5 or 10 days or so. So the weekends with a very nice holiday setting up for the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast U.S., Great Lakes, but there could be some damaging thunderstorms over the next couple of days that we'll have to watch for in the northeastern quadrant of the nation. Out in the southwestern states, very, very hot today, but monsoonal moisture will produce some rainfall Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in those four corner states, and cooler conditions arrive midweek, late week, below normal temperatures for much of the southwestern states by the time we get to the 4th of July holiday. That's it for now. For ArcFieldWeather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.